On the course, they stand alone. Every step, every breath, their own. But they are members of a fraternity.
Brothers Winchesky are back!
Brothers.
My brother's my best friend.
My brother Chris, he's an inspiration, he's a role model.
Cousins.
Come on.
I hope to be at the top of Mount Midoriyama with my cousin Joe, and we can celebrate together.
Got my family here, I got my cousin, I haven't seen him forever. I couldn't ask for a better group to cheer me on.
Teammates.
Such a community feeling.
With each failure,
Oh! What happened?
the bonds strengthen. With each success, the family grows. It's the city finals from St. Louis,
Hey!
where ninja blood runs deep.
Welcome to American Ninja Warrior and the city finals here in St. Louis, Missouri. We're just a few blocks away from the famous Gateway Arch. On an unseasonably chilly night, the top 30 competitors from qualifying will try to battle their way past 10 challenging obstacles. At the end of the night, only the top 15 competitors will be moving on to the national finals in Las Vegas. I'm Matt Iseman alongside former NFL defensive end Akbar Gbaja-Biamila, and we're back in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, Akbar, tonight's city finals course is longer and more unrelenting than what they saw in qualifying. Which of the athletes tonight are you expecting to stand out?
Well, I'm expecting big things from the Tennessee trader Travis Rosen. He's one of the all-time ninja greats and has a legitimate shot to go all the way in Vegas. Another top competitor is the weatherman, Joe Moravsky. Always exciting, he put up the fastest time in qualifying. Also fun to watch is his cousin, Rob Moravsky, AKA the Adonis. But the biggest run of the night could be Michelle Warnke. She could become only the second woman to finish a finals course. It happened for the first time just last week in Dallas when Casey Catanzaro made history.
Oh my goodness! There is no limit to what this woman can do.
We could be in store for another magical night here in St. Louis.
Tonight, a stellar field of 30 athletes sets out to explore the limits of human endurance. As we learned last week when Casey Catanzaro finished the Dallas finals course, big things do come in small packages. Well, kicking off the St. Louis finals at 5 feet 2 inches tall, it's Raymond Butler. And recently he achieved a goal he's been working towards his whole life.
I hold the world record for the longest backflip into a pair of pants. I learned how to flip when I was at summer camp. One of the kids there, he knew how to flip, and I'm like, hey, you should teach me how to do that. Set a goal, get it done. It's that simple. And he just looked at me and he said, you're too little. And I'm like, too little? I've been flipping ever since. I think people underestimate me all the time. I feel like if you underestimate me, then I have a chance to surprise you.
Well, only 2 people 5 foot 2 and under have conquered the warp wall this season. At 5 foot even, Casey Catanzaro scaled the wall in Dallas. At 5'2", Dustin McKinney joined her when he made his successful run in Miami. Raymond failed to conquer the wall in his qualifying run, but if he makes it to the top tonight, he'll be in some select company. There's his friends and fellow competitors, Vincent Clapper and Scott Maxson, the Jester, here to support Raymond. 5'2", 140 pounds, but this guy, big hops. He'll need it as the quintuple steps are nearly 5 feet apart.
When you have hops like Raymond Butler, we call that boosties.
All right, Ray, hang on.
Onto the rolling log, that's 24 feet of track he needs to hold on tight. Little bumpy dismount, but through the rolling log.
Let's go, Ray.
Now the Bridge of Blades, 19 feet from end to end. This one's all about agility, Speaking of agility, Raymond's an acro dunker for the Boston Celtics. Acro dunkers are the guys who put on an aerial dunking halftime show for the fans, so he knows a thing or two about mini tramps and performing in front of large crowds.
Yeah, for the finals course, though, the cargo net has been moved further away from the second row, so he'll need to keep his momentum going forward in order to reach it.
And he did just that. You can see him good use of the body to keep the rope's momentum going, and he's onto the cargo net.
There it is. Nice.
This guy played tennis from age 6 to 15. Also did taekwondo, practiced Shotokan karate. He's a well-rounded athlete, Akbar.
And remember, Matt, with this double tilted ladder, it can be very hard on the body. He's 5'2", now 140 pounds. You think that's light, but on this body frame, that's a little bit of weight there for his bone structure.
Yeah, like you said, 5'2", has to cross a 6-foot gap to the second ladder.
Oh, nice lâcher.
The two-handed technique, he's used to throwing his body through the air, and it serves him well there.
See, you knew that was going to come into place. At some point, he was going to use his skill set.
Well, you look at Butler's training, a lot of it in the legs. Now, couldn't get up the warp wall in qualifying. Let's see if he's figured it out here, just 5 feet 2 inches tall.
And the wall towers above him at 14 feet.
Of course, Casey Catanzaro, just 5 feet tall, was able to get up it, so it shows you technique's such a big factor. A little stumble there.
Butler, one of 10 people in qualifying that made it to the warp wall, but failed to reach the top.
Well, he's had weeks to think about it, weeks to imagine his technique in his mind.
If you can flip into some pants, you can flip on that.
Oh! A good jump, his hands were up there.
Wait, take a look at this. His fingers were right at the top of the wall, so close. Forget all the noise, man. Flip onto the top of that warp wall.
Final attempt for Raymond Butler on the warped wall.
Big-time players respond at big-time moments.
That's it! That's it! That's what I'm talking about!
That was impressive, Akbar.
That is big-time, prime-time, showtime, all-time, good time.
You saw his body falling away, but his hand wouldn't let go, pulls himself up. Raymond Butler is now on to the extended part of the course.
All right, Ray, you got this, man.
On the salmon ladder, has to go up 4 rungs. The distance between each level is 12 inches. Oh! And Butler goes out on the very first rung.
Well, first the positive. After failing on the wall in qualifying, he got over it this time, but on the salmon ladder, just bad technique as his momentum took him backwards instead of up.
Just slipped. But that water's cold, baby.
Well, that run gave us a look at the first part of this extended finals course, which consists of 10 brutal obstacles. And for more on what our athletes are up against, let's go down to the third member of our team, Jenn Brown.
Thanks, Matt. Well, as you mentioned, the course consists of 10 obstacles, beginning with those they faced in qualifying. It all starts right here with the quintuple steps, followed by the rolling log, the bridge of blades, rope swing into cargo net, the double tilt ladder, and of course, the infamous warped wall. But instead of stopping, they'll move on to 4 obstacles added for the finals. The first obstacle of the extended course is the salmon ladder. Competitors will have to vault from a mini tramp to the metal bar, then hoist themselves up 5 rungs. After that, on rumbling dice, competitors must maneuver a square box frame across the track by rotating the 4 horizontal bars. Next up, it's a brand new obstacle, the crazy cliffhanger. Here, competitors must cross a series of narrow ledges 2 1/4 inches deep along 3 walls using only their fingertips. And finally, it's the spider climb. Competitors will wedge themselves between the walls and make the 30-foot climb to the top. Hit that buzzer, and they have guaranteed themselves a spot in the national finals. Matt?
All right, Jen, our second runner of the night from Crystal, Minnesota. It's 24-year-old chiropractic assistant Mitch Pagic, who chose that profession for very personal reasons.
When I was in 6th grade, the doctor was checking out my spine, and he told me that I should get evaluated for scoliosis. Got my x-rays, it actually showed I had about a 15 to 20 degree curve. As soon as he said that I wouldn't be able to compete in sports anymore, I just thought to myself, it's not an option. I wore a brace from 6th grade through 8th grade. I had to wear it 16 hours a day. Once I got into high school, I was able to take the brace off. My curve had stopped progressing further. So I was only sitting at about 30, 35 degrees in my lumbar spine. And then from then they told me just maintain mobility, see what you can do. And doctor encouraged me to do sports, be active, and stay fit. So I played sports in college. I was a big baseball player. I always push myself. Everything that I go into, I want to succeed, I want to do well. So when I come here to compete in Ninja Warrior, I expect the best of myself.
So Mitch Pagic goes from a severe case of scoliosis to appearing in the American Ninja Warrior St. Louis City Finals, which has a lot of family and friends making the drive from Minnesota. And there's Amy Pagic, Mitch's cousin and fellow competitor, along with Mitch's sister. Amy made it to the wall in qualifying, but just couldn't get over it. It's an amazing story. Doctors told Mitch that if he maintained a strong core, he could still excel physically. Well, just look at this guy. Through exercise and diet, he's stronger than anyone could have imagined. Now on the rolling log. Look at the grimace on his face, Akbar.
Yeah, it can be very hard to hold on to. Get this, the rolling log eliminated 25% of the qualifying field. Travel 18 feet here. Platform to platform.
Black belt in Shotokan Karate had bone spurs surgically removed from his leg and showing no ill effect there.
Let's see how his footwork is on the mini tramp. Uh-oh. Oh, just not enough momentum to get his foot hooked on the net. Oh, easy.
Wow, Pagic looked to be in no man's land, but using that strong core he's developed, able to gain enough momentum to reach the net. And Pagic hung up, but gets through it.
Take off the wrap. Get ready. He said, I don't care about the lower body pain. I'm ready right now.
And look at this, Pagic going right through the first ladder.
You can tell there's a certain attitude change in Mitch Pagic when he took off the ace bandage. He's saying, you know, forget it. I'm going for everything right now. No excuses right now.
At 5'7", 145, Mitch Pagic showing us he has excellent upper body strength as he continues to maintain this consistent pace through the double tilt ladder. Mitch credits his experience with scoliosis as a child in choosing his career as a chiropractic assistant, helps people rehab their way back from debilitating injuries. Let's see if he can get up the warped wall. He's about matching his pace from qualifying. Right up it. Pretty solid run together. But now Pagic onto the extended part of the course, starting with the salmon ladder.
Take your time, do it right. You got it, man.
And keep in mind, on the rope swing, Pagic hung up. Every ounce of energy counts. He took a couple extra swings there. Will that come back to haunt him here?
Oh!
Bars uneven.
Oh!
And just like that, Mitch Pagic out on the salmon ladder.
Mitch missed the rung on the right side, and when he went to correct it, he failed to control his backward momentum, and that pulled him away from the rung.
Slipped, man. Went out, missed one. Trying to recover, couldn't do it.
Coming up, this country boy can't survive.
We split our own wood, we cut it, it's awesome.
The redneck ninja Brent Ruffin is ready for the finals. Plus, she electrified the crowd in qualifying. Michelle Warnke becomes just the second woman ever to complete the qualifying course. Now Michelle Warnke wants to do it again tonight.
I'm here. I've trained for this a lot, so I can do it.
And later, one's a weatherman, one's an Adonis. But both Moravskis are promising to put on a show.
I'm 6'3", 205. Anything that's put in my way, I attack it.
When American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. While we were away, 3 more athletes attempted to earn their trip to Las Vegas. Cleveland, Ohio native Brandon Willis handled the first 5 obstacles without a problem.
There it is.
However, as in qualifying, it was the warped wall that rejected the 24-year-old security guard.
I'm not sure how to attack the warp wall.
28-year-old firefighter David Kavanaugh from Boston, Massachusetts proved himself to be a born entertainer. Look at that. Love this guy. Until a run-in with the salmon ladder rejected his bid for an encore. Oh! And 30-year-old rookie Roland Seward had high hopes when making a one-handed leap on the warp wall. Seward making short work of the first 6 obstacles.
But it only took one rung on the salmon ladder to dash his dreams. And good night. Now up on the starting block is a 30-year-old from Moline, Illinois. He's a former airman in the United States Air Force. It's Matthew Harris. And for him, American Ninja Warrior is a family affair.
My inner child is still definitely alive and well, even at 30 years old. I love American Ninja Warrior. I've been watching with my wife and 2 children. My daughter Kylie is completely fanatical about American Ninja Warrior.
My daddy's a ninja.
She'll come up to me all the time and say, I want to watch ninjas, I want to watch ninjas. She studies it and she knows the techniques, and as a 5-year-old little girl, that's amazing. How do you run up the warped wall?
You need to run really fast afterward. Roll like a cheetah would.
Now that I'm in the finals, I'm dedicating my run to her.
American Ninja Warrior!
There's Matthew's family, including his wife Katie and father Andy, holding Matt's 5-year-old superfan daughter Kylie. This is a guy who served 6 years in the United States Air Force, including a 6-month tour of duty in Afghanistan. Currently, he's in the Illinois Air National Guard. Last year, tried to walk on in Denver, didn't run, became a tester, had a bad fall, actually broke his tailbone, dislocated his sacrum, but says in the recovery, he'd had a tailbone abnormality that was fixed by the break. His health has improved. So here he is feeling better than he did last year.
Matthew's been training nonstop since last year and has even built several obstacles in his backyard.
Takes a little tumble, but gets by the bridge of blades. Now on the ropes to cargo net, which eliminated 16 competitors in qualifying. Now it's even tougher with the cargo net farther away.
Being in the military, no doubt he's seen a few cargo nets. He'll get past this for sure.
Well, his confidence really appears to be growing by the second. This is a guy who ran track in high school. Lots of lower body endurance. His upper body, a little suspect in his own words, 5'9", 160. Let's see what he's got on the double tilt ladder.
Matt, check out his technique. He's using that mixed grip. One hand over, one hand under. This allows him to use more of his bicep to pull him up each rung. Ooh, this isn't good. Swinging with his hands uneven. No.
Missed that first transition, but a good recovery.
Come on, Matthew, go airborne. There you go, I like that.
The crowd loving it.
You know what the Air Force motto is, aim high. Right now, he's aiming high for it. Remember in qualifying, once he got past the double tilt ladder, he struggled on the warped wall. Right now, he's got to get that out of his mind and go for it.
Well, so far, he's about on the same pace he had in qualifying. Here it is, his nemesis, the warped wall. Couldn't get up it in 3 attempts in qualifying. Said he studied videos online, talked to some fellow competitors. Let's see if he's cracked the code.
Uh-oh, and look at that, they're up there. He's done it. They're up there, look at Harris.
Treading in rarefied air, Matthew Harris. He's completed what he could not do in qualifying. He's atop the warp wall and on now to the extended part of our course.
Somebody did their homework. Somebody popped in the tape and realized what he needed to do.
But now the salmon ladder.
So far tonight, it's claimed all 4 of the athletes who've attempted it. He's going to have to really dig deep into that military strength training to get through.
Oh, a little uneven. He's
Correction
going to
time.
go for the transition here on
Correction
the salmon
time.
ladder.
Uh-oh. Matt, he's feeling the trouble and the heat right now.
Going for that rumbling dice.
Get on there.
And he's got it. He's completed the salmon ladder. And he's the first to reach the rumbling dice.
Now, to maneuver this, you have to have a very strong core.
I got to say, I am impressed by this effort out of Matthew Harris. Gets that dice moving. You can see how heavy it is, how much body control you have to have. Not just about the arms, it's about using your entire body, preserving that upper body strength. Harris seems to be figuring out. Looks like he's changing his technique, Akbar. He might be going for a dismount here.
No, he better not be.
Oh! He just lost it. Matthew Harris makes it all the way up the salmon ladder, goes out on the rumbling dice.
That is awesome.
It appeared that Matthew ran out of steam, so he attempted to make an impossible leap when his grip strength gave out on the back swing.
Coming up, they don't call him the Redneck Ninja for nothing.
I hunt deer, duck, turkey, squirrel,
Can Brent Ruffin's natural approach earn him a trip to Las Vegas? Plus, this ninja veteran has become a ninja hero.
Mikey's a really special kid, and you have to love it.
See how Chris Wilczewski changed the life of his biggest fan.
I'm just really thankful we have Chris in our lives.
When American Ninja Warrior returns. Moravsky looking solid. The first Moravsky showed passion. So close. Look at the intensity on Moravsky's face. This guy looks like he's got it for the top time. The second one was all about speed. Joe is blazing through this course in record time. Unbelievable. But both Moravskys, Rob and Joe, electrified the crowd in qualifying. And they're back for the finals. Yeah, baby! And they're both standing by with Jenn Brown.
Thanks, Matt. I'm down here with Joe, the weatherman, and his cousin, Rob. Now, Joe, you had the fastest qualifying time. In fact, you beat everybody by 23 seconds. What's your approach for the finals tonight?
I'm definitely going to try to go fast again. You know, if I have to take it back a step just to get back to Mount Midoriyama, I'm definitely willing to do that.
We hope you don't, because we'd like to see him blaze through that course. Now, Rob, we loved watching you. I think everybody loved watching you run the course. Can we expect that same excitement tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely energized for tonight.
All right, we can't wait to see both of you run. Good luck. All right, Matt, back up to you.
Thanks, Jim. Well, already on the course right now, one of the ninja greats. This is Travis Rosen, the 39-year-old stock trader from Franklin, Tennessee. You can see his wife, Carrie, following alongside. Travis was a member of that U.S. team that defeated the Japanese last year.
Yeah, and anything less than finishing this course is a disappointment for Travis Rosen.
Well, as guys get closer to 40, they usually look like they're slowing down, but at 39, Rosen looks stronger than he's ever been.
Yeah, if you were going to draw up the perfect American Ninja Warrior, he'd be 5'11 and a half, 157 pounds, and his name would be Travis Rosen. What a phenomenal athlete.
Former Division I All-American gymnast at the University of Iowa. Rosen needing all that upper body strength right now. Ooh, you can see Rosen having to really exert himself to get that dice rumbling.
Well, that track is 19 feet long. That is a long way to move if you're feeling fatigued.
But I love it. You can see the focus, looking at the landing. Rosen very calculated here. At least seeing if he has enough for the dismount.
And he's got to use his gymnastic skills here to judge the distance.
Well, this
That's
is the
a long way to
gymnast,
go!
And he sticks it. Travis Rosen has done it now. The crazy cliffhanger.
This obstacle has never been seen before on American Ninja Warrior. This thing is a total of 22 feet of ledge. Each ledge only 2¼ inches deep.
See him reaching out as far as possible to minimize his time on the crazy cliffhanger. Rosen, a little difficulty with the transition. Oh! Travis Rosen out on the crazy cliffhanger. Shockingly, his forearms give out despite all the training, just doesn't have enough to get through it.
Travis was moving through the course very quickly, but he missed the second ledge with his left hand and couldn't recover.
Rumbling dice. Took it out of me a little more than I thought.
Well, up next on the starting block out of Millington, Tennessee, it's 24-year-old Brent Ruffin, better known as the Redneck Ninja.
I've been here all my life. Me and my family, we've tried our best to live off the land. I hunt deer, duck, turkey, squirrel. We have been eating real chicken eggs. We split our own wood, we cut it, we burn it. We do our best to try to provide for ourselves. Living off the land, it keeps me in shape. It limits you to what you take in, and I think that's what I like the most about living off natural resources. I love just being out in the woods by myself and just kind of letting go of everything.
The Redneck Ninja blowing a kiss to Team Brent on the sidelines. His sister Blake, his mom Kathy, and his girlfriend Lauren. They drove 4.5 hours to get to St. Louis to watch Brent compete. And you can bet Brent was driving with him because he's afraid of flying.
Yeah, that's kind of ironic because this is a guy that makes his living as a high-flying dunker at the halftime shows of every Memphis Grizzlies home game.
The Redneck Ninja very well could become the road trip ninja. He and his family are going to have to do a lot more driving if he completes this finals course tonight. It's roughly a 23-hour drive from Millington, Tennessee to Las Vegas.
You go a long way.
Through the Bridge of Blades with a little slip and slide, but he's safe.
Sacrificing his body, I like it.
Hung up a little bit here on the rope swing to cargo net.
His transition from the first rope to the second killed his momentum, but look how calm and cool Brent is right now. He's doing what it takes to get back on track.
Makes the transition, but that's energy expended, and as we've seen on this course, that can come back to haunt you.
He's looking a little sloppy out there tonight, Matt.
An inefficient run out of Brent Ruffin, shaking his head there. I think he knows he's already made some mistakes, and there's very little room for error on this course.
Well, he's got to clean it up, or he's going to expend the energy he needs to be saving for the back half of the course.
Brent opened up a gym last year, teaches kickboxing and Muay Thai. He's a former MMA fighter. This guy is invested in his training, should be well conditioned for this finals course.
You know, the hard thing about it is how much oxygen can your body process for recovery? Not a lot right now. You don't have that much time to recover. So there's a mental element to it where you just have to block it out.
Ruffin fighting his way through the double tilt ladder. Has a varied athletic background, all-conference AAU rugby player in high school. Played football, soccer, was also on the wrestling team. He's done a little bit of everything.
See, that diverse athletic background should serve him well here on the course. You have to be able to do it all.
And he's through the double tilt ladder. That's 2.5 minutes. It's been a hard 2.5 minutes, and you can see Ruffin already looking exhausted, staring down the warped wall. And he is about exactly on pace with where he was in qualifying. Ruffin one obstacle away from the extended course. First attempt. Look at that height. The lip of the wall was at his shoulders when he made the grab.
He had a little battle cry to get up that warped wall. You're going to need more than a battle cry to make this transition. The combination of the salmon ladder and rumbling dice is brutal.
And the shirt coming off, 6 feet, 177 pounds.
Take everything off.
That's a fair amount of mass he has, and I think he's going to have some trouble here on the salmon ladder and into the rumbling dice.
Don't need the extra pull-ups in between.
Oh, it's uneven already.
There it is. He's got a little bit of fight to him. Brent Ruffin fighting for his life right now.
And you can see he's just having trouble getting his...
Oh!
The salmon ladder too much for Brent Ruffin.
Matt, Brent was exhausted, and because of that, he lost focus and only paid attention to the left side of the bar, missing the right side entirely.
Brent, salmon ladder, getting you tonight. What went wrong out there?
I don't know. You know, I've practiced the salmon ladder several times, and I don't know, when I got on it, I just felt my forearms getting weak. I don't know what happened.
Well, your family and friends, they were here cheering you along. What was it like to have them run along the course with you?
Oh, it was awesome. It was great. I could hear them the whole way down the course, and it was just good to have that support there.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go see them. Thank you so much. We hope you see you back next season,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I can't wait.
Now back up to you.
Well, hugs all around from Team Brent. The Redneck Ninja couldn't cut it on the salmon ladder, but we'll see if he went far enough, fast enough to end up in the top 15 and earn a spot in Vegas. Coming up, this guy's a villain from an 80s karate movie. I love him. His entertaining run in qualifying made him an instant sensation. But Rob Morosky didn't always look like this.
I was 5'5", 95 pounds.
Plus, she was the second woman up the wall. Tonight, can Michelle Warnke become the second woman to finish a finals course? Find out when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to the city finals on a chilly evening in St. Louis. While we were away, 3 more competitors took to the course. Rookie Adam Mim, a crash test safety engineer from Columbus, Ohio, was challenged on the salmon ladder, but the 26-year-old known as the A-Train stayed on the tracks. Wow! Before running out of steam. Mount Midoriyama veteran Dan Polizzi looked at home on the salmon ladder. But the 32-year-old firefighter from Oswego, Illinois became another victim of the rumbling dice. 23-year-old cut-wrong TK Glendong managed to defeat the rumbling dice. However, the marketing associate from Boston, Massachusetts couldn't muster enough forearm strength to conquer the crazy cliffhanger.
Oh boy.
TK just reached his limit. Next on the starting block, a fan favorite from Mount Laurel, New Jersey, 25-year-old Chris Wilczewski. He's been competing on American Ninja Warrior for 5 seasons and has become a hero to a 12-year-old American Ninja Warrior superfan named Mikey.
The first time I heard about Mikey was through his mother. They wanted to come and check out the gym. Mikey was autistic, so she wasn't sure how it would work out.
Good, Mikey.
It's an obstacle for him to go to school every day.
That was awesome.
It's an obstacle for him sometimes to talk. Being here, this has been the best therapy.
He's on a roll now. He can't stop him.
The first experience I had with him, it was just really cool to see this kid who just loved Ninja Warrior and really found a home in it.
One more time.
One more time. Uh-oh, he's going one more time.
It's amazing to see that I made a positive influence on someone's life like that.
I bet I can keep going for the next 5 minutes.
5 minutes, Mikey.
Set a countdown clock for that.
This place has been a godsend for us because this is the one place where he feels 100% accepted.
You think you'll be the coolest kid in school now? Yeah.
I'm just really thankful we have Chris in our lives.
I'm sure Mikey's glued to the TV right now back home in New Jersey. And there's Team Wilczewski, including his brother Brian, who'll be running later on tonight. Last year, went out early in qualifying, was just devastated, says it was a lack of focus. Was torn in so many different directions, had just opened his gym, the movement lab, and was studying for finals. This year feels he's 100% focused, and he is determined to get to Las Vegas.
You can see he's in better shape this year. He's put on some muscle. Now at 170 pounds on his 5'10" frame.
He's about to muscle his way through the cargo net.
You got this, man!
Now on to the double tilt ladder. Well, I just love the maturity out of the 24-year-old Chris Wilczewski. This is a guy who at his age has already been through so much, has opened up his own business, has been through the ups and downs of that. He's dealt with alcoholism, he's putting himself through school, and all the while has been mentoring a super fan with autism.
There it is, all the way up!
Really being big brother to Brian. This guy is mature beyond his years, Akbar. And you can see the support he has. Look at all the fans and friends and fellow Movement Lab warriors who are supporting Chris here on the sidelines, including his brother Brian. Last year, Brian came out of Chris's shadow and right up the warp wall.
That's big speed right there.
Well, Chris Wilczewski's so talented, but hasn't always had the best performances on American Ninja Warrior.
Well, this is going to require him to have extreme focus when it comes to the finals course. You have to be dialed in.
Up onto the salmon ladder. Calms the body. Look at that.
Degrees, keeping the L's, no I's. Keep going.
Excellent
That's
form.
it.
That's textbook. Just conservation of energy, not a lot of wasted movement. A mature approach, a veteran approach out of Chris Wilczewski.
You want to use your momentum. You want to use the up hand and the down hand simultaneously to move the rumbling dice. Rolling that 35-pound dice is tiring him out.
Look at him holding on one hand, giving a rest. His hands are spent, but Wilczewski not done. Trying to get that dice to continue moving, and you can see even at 5'10", 170 how hard it is. I love the maturity, though. Wilczewski able to stop in the middle, give his hands a breather.
Matt, I believe his arms are burnt. I think he's going to go for it.
And he's going for the dismount.
He's got both hands on the bar. He's going for it.
And he's got it. And he is spent. You can see it on his face. Wilczewski didn't have much left, but gets through the rumbling dice The question now, can he complete the crazy cliffhanger? Remember, each ledge is only 2¼ inches wide, all on your fingertips.
You have two options right here. You either tap in or tap out. I believe Chris Wilczewski will tap into that inner drive that he has.
I like it. Real quick approach, wasting no time.
As expeditiously as possible. He is moving with some great tempo here.
Fantastic. He just grits his way through the crazy cliffhanger, becoming the first athlete to complete it tonight.
There it is right there.
And he is wasting no time shooting up the spider climb.
No pain, no gain. There's no pain, no pain.
But after a crushing disappointment last year in qualifying, Chris Wilczewski is back. He's done it. He's punched his ticket to Las Vegas, completing this city's finals course, the first to do it here in St. Louis.
Well, Chris looked exhausted after the rumbling dice, but came off the mat and gutted his way through the crazy cliffhanger in under 15 seconds.
Right now, let's go down to Jenn Brown, who's with an elated Chris Wilczewski.
Getting big hugs from everybody. Chris, that was amazing. Congratulations. First, I want to know, describe for me the feeling when your feet hit that platform after the rumbling dice. I mean, it was unreal.
I was done. At that point, I was so spent. It was so tiring turning that dice, but I made it. I made it.
We will see you at Mount Midoriyama. How does that feel?
I'm going back to Vegas!
He's back, Matt. Back up to you.
Coming up, our favorite superhero, Captain NBC, is promising a supercharged run in the finals.
I'll be stoked. I'll be able to keep going and going.
Plus, you're invited to the weatherman's wedding. But will marital bliss slow down Joe Moravsky?
There's only one thing left to do. Honeymoon at the top of Mount Midoriyama.
Find out when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. We're in the heart of the Gateway City, just a few blocks from the world-famous arch for the St. Louis City Finals. While we were away, two more competitors took their shot at the course. Walk-on Adam Arnold from Springfield, Missouri enjoyed his time in the spotlight. The 25-year-old robotics student was turning in a straight A performance before the rumbling dice sent him to the back of the class. And his arms gave out, and New Jersey metal fabricator Aaron Himmelreich took a leap of faith. Just gets the landing. The protege of the Wilczewski brothers looked to secure his spot in the Vegas finals, but the crazy cliffhanger proved to be just out of his reach. Now on the starting block, a 25-year-old hailing from Barrington, New Jersey, mild-mannered Jamie Ron, better known as Captain NBC. And check out that costume. It's evolved over the years. It began with the body paint and Speedo. Jamie Ron, Captain NBC. Last year, he added a pair of pants to the costume. And this season, he's sporting a full-fledged bodysuit complete with armor and a cape. Apparently, his budget's grown. Well, it looks like it's easy being green. There's Jamie's parents sporting wigs supporting their son. Traveled all the way from New Jersey to cheer him on here in St. Louis. And Captain NBC losing the cape. Well, capes can be cumbersome on this course.
Yeah, Jamie Ron was the only costume competitor to make it into the St. Louis City Finals.
This guy is a serious competitor, though. Last year, made it all the way to stage 2 in Las Vegas. Hard impact there on the Bridge of Blades. Yeah! You see the fellow competitors cheering on Jamie, so beloved throughout the ninja community. Everybody pulls for Captain NBC. Well, this is his 5th season competing on American Ninja Warrior. Each year has done better than the last. Made it to stage 2 in Mount Midoriyama last year. So sights are set high for this season.
The one thing I can say about Jamie Ron, he really is a strong competitor. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do, especially here on the double tip ladder.
Right up it. Good upper body strength out of the 5'10", 160-pound Ron. I like it. Not wasting any time on this obstacle, conserving that upper body energy, saving it for later on in the extended part of the course.
This is a guy with an interesting athletic background. Football, skateboarding, handball. Jamie Ron proves that you don't have to be a college or professional athlete to perform at a high physical level. I call it suburban strength, Matt.
Asking for silence, Captain NBC.
Oh, wow, pulling out a little Peyton Manning.
And right up, and it works. Jamie Ron, amazing. This is a guy who had a brain cyst growing up. Still there, gives him migraines, manages it through diet and through exercise. Feels fitness has been the key to his life. At stage 2 last year, went out on the double salmon ladder. He spent a lot of time on it. Let's see if we can get through our salmon ladder here in the city finals. Excellent technique out of Jamie Ron.
Well, you're right, Matt. It's all about being efficient with your movement, your strength. You want to waste absolutely zero strength here.
And he's handling this obstacle better than anyone we've seen so far. So efficient.
He's got excellent technique here, rocking his body side to side, using momentum to turn that 35-pound dice.
The superhero continues to impress here in the city finals.
Great landing by Jamie Ron.
You can see his parents. I love seeing the parents in the wing. That is support.
Jamie told us that he's built many versions of the cliffhanger at his home. He trains on them daily. Let's see if his training pays off here.
Looking strong so far.
Transition. Oh, a little crossover here.
Arms at 90 degrees. Ron looking strong, looking comfortable.
Almost there.
And he's done it.
Big. That's big.
Captain NBC, one obstacle between him and completing this city finals course.
Got it.
Blows a kiss to his parents. And look at this. Here he goes. Right up the spider climb.
No kryptonite on this course tonight, Matt.
He's done it. Jamie Ron is going back to Las Vegas.
A solid run out of Jamie with no wasted movement on the salmon ladder and a crossover technique for good measure on the crazy cliffhanger.
Captain NBC has punched his ticket to Las Vegas by completing this city finals course. Let's go to Jenn Brown, who's standing by with the captain.
Jamie running in like a superhero, completely dominating the course, giving the parents a little kiss there. What'd you think of the course tonight?
I loved it. It was great. It was upper body, which is my favorite stuff.
Well, it is your 5th season on American Ninja Warrior. Every year you get better. So are you going to be our first American Ninja Warrior?
I absolutely will be.
All right, Captain NBC says he will be the first American Ninja Warrior. Matt, back up to you.
Thanks, Jen. So Jamie Ron jumps to the top of our leaderboard. He's followed closely by Chris Wilczewski. Remember, only the top 15 will earn a spot to the national finals in Las Vegas. Coming up, they call him the Natural, and he may be the fastest ninja in America. But Ellett Hall doesn't train like anyone else.
I really like to just go out and do wild stuff.
Plus, does a 5'4" woman stand a chance against this finals course? Michelle Warkey's gonna give it a shot.
It's like take every single obstacle seriously and see what happens.
And up next, he wasn't always an Adonis. See Rob Moravsky's amazing transformation.
Even as like a scrawny little kid, my dream was to be big.
When American Ninja Warrior returns. In the St. Louis qualifying round, Rob Moravsky's run made everyone take notice, including the funny people on the TV show The People's Couch on Bravo. Take a look. Rob Moravsky, his first time on the course.
He's actually kind of pretty.
Moravsky, just a specimen of a man with that chiseled physique.
Got some nice muscles in those biceps.
He is focused. That's it.
Yeah!
Piece of cake.
He's gay?
A piece of cake.
Oh.
Well, stars of the People's Couch are the only ones who reacted to Rob's run. Since he ran the qualifying course, he's been overwhelmed with tweets and messages on social media. He's quickly become one of the most talked about competitors on all of American Ninja Warrior. And here he is, the Adonis, 22-year-old Rob Morawski from Bethel, Connecticut.
I started playing football when I was a freshman in high school. I was 5'5", 95 pounds. They had a nickname for me. It was Toys R Us. Because I had to go shop at Toys R Us to get my pants because I was so tiny. I started lifting weights as I was a young kid. You know, my dad constantly brought me to the gym.
I started working out when I was 16 years old, and I was extremely skinny. Exact same build as my son. I started training my son, Robbie, when he was 12 years old, and he was pencil thin.
Even as like a scrawny little kid, my like dream was to be big and like, you know, where I could go into the gym and like show off. That was my goal. I worked for it. And for me to be able to accomplish that goal is just the best feeling in the world.
Well, Rob never short on confidence.
Have some fun, one at a time.
Weatherman giving Rob some pointers from the sidelines. We'll see his run later tonight. Oh, there he goes. The Adonis losing the jacket and the shirt. The crowd roaring their approval. His cousin Joe Morawski had the fastest time in qualifying, but Rob Morawski became a celebrity in his own right in the qualifying run. It wasn't just his phenomenal hair, it was his passion. This guy just attacked the course.
Yeah, there's a certain intensity. He's got that John Gruden look on his face, just always grimacing, just got that, just intensity.
Part Russian villain, part 80s karate movie bad guy, but he's all awesome. This guy just worked his way into my heart. I'm obsessed with Rob Morawski and the way he attacks the course.
He was born to be in the spotlight, Matt, and look at him, taking full advantage of it.
Suffered from asthma as a kid. At age 12, almost died from pneumonia. Had a collapsed lung. Was able to recover. Since that time, his whole family has made living a healthy lifestyle their way of life. You know, Joe and Rob really have a friendly rivalry going. Really two different phenotypes. Joe Morawski, mild-mannered, 5'10", around 180. Rob Morawski, 6'3", 205, and we saw this in qualifying.
Yeah, we did. We sure did. And right now, he's got that big frame, so he has to be able to trust his wingspan. He's got the wingspan. There it is right there, showcasing it right there.
Well, he's tremendously fit, but he is 205 pounds. We've talked again and again about how difficult this course is on the upper body, and Rob is certainly going to face every ounce of it. One of the bigger competitors we'll have.
Yeah, look at that. You see that? In Greek mythology, Adonis was the god of beauty, and right now he is putting on a beautiful performance.
It's his passion carrying him through, but now onto the extended part of the course.
Matt, this back half of the finals course is completely foreign to him. It will be interesting to see if his weightlifting background will help him get through these last 4 obstacles.
And it's uneven, and Morawski already in trouble.
Don't spell it. You can hear the primal scream, but
arms
you can
extended.
see
He's
the
in trouble.
eyes in the arm. You can see it. He can't even get those L's going, Matt.
He just looks spent, but he refuses to quit.
Get out of there, Rob.
That glorious hair pulling it down.
Murder you.
Oh! Morawski runs out. Adonis gets wet. The salmon ladder bests him.
Well, he might have fallen early, but he sure did have fun out there. The Adonis facial expressions never failed to entertain. A little shake and bake of the head to psych himself up before the warped wall, and even some tongue wagging before his failed attempt on the salmon ladder.
Let's go to Jenn Brown, who's standing by with Adonis.
Thanks, guys. Rob, salmon ladder. It's tough. It's tough. What went wrong for you on it?
We were wrong. I guess I got tired. Got stuck on that last rung. Thought I had it. I just fell. Let go.
Did you have a good time at least out here on the course?
I had a great time. I had a great time. I can't wait till next year.
Next year, that's what we like. All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Matt, back up to you.
Coming up, Andrew Carson's got a good luck charm.
That's what he was screaming to his mom. Mommy, we get to do it again.
Can his 5-year-old son help him earn a trip to Vegas? Plus, she's been rock climbing for years. But does Michelle Warnke have the skills to defeat this brutal city finals course?
I do think it's possible for a woman to do it, but I have work to do, for sure.
And Joe Borowski just got married.
Every moment with her has been great.
Now he's got another goal in mind.
You can do it.
I can do it.
When American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior.
And we just reached the midpoint with a bang.
While we were away, 3 more competitors took their shot at advancing to Las Vegas. 25-year-old physical therapy grad student Joseph Hindman cruised through the first half of the course.
He is moving.
But the New Jersey Ninja, who placed 3rd in qualifying, was stopped cold by the salmon ladder.
Uneven. Oh!
Former high school track star Matthew Schumann sprinted up the warp wall and continued his ascent on the salmon ladder. But the 24-year-old bluegrass musician from Richmond, Kentucky slipped on the rumbling dice.
He is in complete shock right now.
And Tom McGregor from Brookfield, Illinois met a similar fate. The 26-year-old actor's audition for the Las Vegas finals ended in dramatic fashion.
Oh my goodness!
The talent is deep here in St. Louis, but the athletes have been tested by this upper body intensive back half of the course, particularly the rumbling dice.
Matt, when competitors hear that signature sound, they're shaking with fear. Rolling that 35-pound dice down 20 feet of track is one brutal upper body beatdown. This fearsome obstacle has taken out a surprising 55% of the athletes who have attempted it.
And his arms gave out.
11 tried. Oh my goodness! 6 fell way short.
On the starting block right now, someone hoping to conquer the rumbling dice and beyond, 33-year-old Andrew Carson. Well, Andrew's no stranger to competing on American Ninja Warrior. He finally got to share the experience with someone close to his heart.
My son's name is Wesley Paul Carson. He's 5 years old, and it means everything to me that he was here this year. I've been on all 6 seasons of American Ninja Warrior. And that means when I first started competing, he wasn't even born yet. And while he's watched me on TV before, this was a great time where he got to actually see me hit the buzzer and share in the joy right at the moment while I was winning. He was very excited because that means I get to come back and do it, of course, again. That's what he was screaming to his mom. Mommy, we get to do it again.
There's a look at his son, along with his wife, mother, and father, all here to support Andrew in his quest to make it to Mount Midoriyama. Carson, former cheerleader for the Detroit Pistons, was separated from his wife. A single father, he and his wife have reconciled back together. Gotta love it when families stick together. Here they are enjoying Dad's run on the course. Carson graduated with a Bachelor of Science from Michigan State University. Now works as an environmental test technician. He's the guy who makes sure your car can withstand all different types of weather conditions. Andrew's a family man with a regular 9-to-5 career, yet somehow makes the time to train year-round and come out every season and put on an impressive performance. True representative of the regular guy.
I love that. Less than 10 seconds on the rope swing into cargo net. Of course, the less time you spend on the rope swing into cargo net, the more strength and energy you have to endure through.
Well, 2 years ago, Carson had his dream realized when he went to Las Vegas, competed at Mount Midoriyama, but last year went out on the warp wall in the finals. It was a shocking exit, but came out again this season to show his son failure shouldn't deter you.
As Andrew makes his way up the second ladder, he's looking strong and wasting very little upper body energy. As we've seen on the back end of this course, though, it's going to require a ton of grip strength.
5'7", 150, did swimming and diving, baseball, done cycling and triathlons, well-rounded athlete. Cheerleading, though, was his forte. Cheered for the Detroit Pistons. Right now, Carson, though, hoping to give his son something to cheer for. And he does just that, getting right up the warp wall.
And it's got to feel good. Last year, the warp wall stymied him in the finals. His bested, but now onto the salmon ladder. Right up onto that salmon ladder.
Wow. Andrew Carson looks like he's getting
Short
stronger.
work of the salmon ladder.
Boy, he could have gone up another 2 or 3 rungs.
When they have technique, when they have the strength, they make it look so easy. It looked like he was on a harness there. But now at 150 pounds, having a little trouble getting that rumbling dice rumbling.
So what do you rely on when you're having a little trouble? You rely on technique here on the rumbling dice. Don't spend a lot of time fighting the rumbling dice. Move it.
It looks like Carson's going for the dismount.
Oh boy, it's either fight or flight. Oh! And he took off.
He's done it. Now it's the crazy cliffhanger. They needs to traverse a total of 22 feet. Each ledge only 2¼ inches deep. Just powering his way through. Andrew Carson giving his son something to cheer about. Look at this run.
Oh boy.
He's on pace to shatter the fastest time of the night so far, currently held by Jamie Ron.
Carson locking it in. Andrew Carson is doing it.
Boy, he is moving.
A phenomenal run out of Andrew Carson.
Just cruised through the crazy cliffhanger and making short work of the spider climb. And with the fastest time of the night so far, Andrew Carson is going back to Las Vegas. And mission accomplished as son Wesley shares in the joy of seeing his daddy come out victorious. Pack your bags, Wesley. You're going with your papa to Mount Midoriyama.
Andrew had a great run, highlighted by a huge leap from the rumbling dice. And after hitting the buzzer, Matt, this is what it's all about. The love between father and his son.
Absolutely right, Akbar. No doubt this will be a lifelong memory for both Andrew and Wesley.
Coming up, in her last run, she electrified the crowd. There he is! Yes, he's done! What's Michelle Warkey gonna do tonight? Her run in history is just ahead. Plus, this adrenaline junkie isn't afraid of anything.
One left turn could take you to a 800-foot cliff, instant death.
But can he handle the finals course?
I'm no stranger to danger.
Find out when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back. While we were away, 3 more competitors took on the course. Professional cameraman Jeff Britton proved ready for his close-up.
A smile on his face.
The 34-year-old from Olney, Maryland, blazed through the crazy cliffhanger, sporting a crossover technique.
Crossover?
Look at him! En route to earning his spot in the national finals.
And he's done with it!
Returning veteran Andrew Lowe's hit the course hard in hopes of returning to Mount Midoriyama. The 31-year-old gymnastics coach from Antioch, Illinois, took the time to salute the crowd. But like many of the competitors before him, he was turned away by the rumbling dice. And then there was Michael Needham. The Mount Midoriyama veteran turned in a spectacular run.
Wow!
The 28-year-old gym owner from Flemington, New Jersey, ripped through the course on his way to his 2nd consecutive trip to Mount Midoriyama.
Needham has done it!
Now in the starting block, hoping to put his name atop the leaderboard, a 23-year-old ski lift operator out of K-Town, Maryland, it's the natural Elliott Hall. Over the past 3 seasons, he's made a name for himself by being one of the fastest on the course. His unique approach has made him one of the most exciting athletes to watch.
You know, I never trained specifically for Ninja Warrior. I'm always just doing parkour, rock climbing, and a lot of other stuff outdoors, and I just like to see how that transfers to an obstacle course race like this. I think my mentality has progressed more than anything over this past year. I moved out to the Rocky Mountains to snowboard for a little while, and changing that terrain and facing a lot of the fears that that more stark and extreme terrain had to give me, I think prepared me mentally to face obstacles like this. I'm gonna kill this course.
There's Elliott's good friend, Ashley Williams. She traveled from Maryland to give Elliott support and encouragement.
Just heard him yell, send it. That's a snowboarding term, kind of like bring it. He certainly has the ability to send it on this course.
The rolling log shouldn't be a problem for Elliott. At 6 foot even, he has the reach to wrap around the log.
This guy, each of the past 2 years, has made it to Las Vegas. Just naturally gifted competitor, but what's truly shocking, shortly after last year's Las Vegas finals, found out he'd been suffering from Lyme disease for nearly 2 years. After he woke up to find half of his face was paralyzed, had headaches, felt weak, found himself tiring easily, has now been treated. He's at 100% health for the first time in a long time, and it'll be impressive to see what Elliott Hall can do now that he's 100%.
Well, Matt, we are definitely seeing the results of his improved health right now, just tearing through the first 5 obstacles at a record pace.
He's going for the dismount.
Oh, that's the first.
Wow. And right up the warp wall, he is blazing through what would have been the fastest time in qualifying. Elliott Hall is on a mission. But next up, the salmon ladder. This is an obstacle he struggled with in the past. Of course, last year in stage 2 went out on the double salmon ladder. As a result, trained on the salmon ladder in the offseason. The first time he's ever specifically trained for American Ninja Warrior. Shooting up the salmon ladder.
I see you, Elliott Hall, moving like a race car.
Onto the rumbling dice. Right now, he's on pace to beat Andrew Carson's top time. Let's see what technique he takes on moving that 35-pound obstacle.
Matt, you can see him swinging his body side to side, trying to put all 155 pounds into effect. He has the right idea.
A little hung up here on the rumbling dice, though.
Well, all that speed he tried to take right now and manufacture some strength very hard.
He's gonna go for the dismount.
Well, if he does this, man, I'm gonna jump off.
Oh! Elliott Hall lands it.
That was a smart strategy. He's improvising his way through the course. I mean, more than halfway back, he was able to leap through. This man is Superman.
Taking the shirt off, and the ladies agree. They like it. Looks like he ran out of steam on the rumbling dice. What does he have left in the tank for the crazy cliffhanger? Can Elliott Hall survive it?
That's 22 feet of ledge right there. He's looking a little fatigued, arms extending a bit.
But no signs of slowing down. Elliott Hall! Little shake of the arm, shake of the head. He's still on pace to have the fastest time of the night yet. And right into the spider climb. Well, Hall said he's healthy for the first time in a long time, and he is showing it, making short work of this St. Louis City Finals course.
Wow, move out the way, St. Louis. The Natural is heading southwest to Las Vegas.
Well, Andrew Carson set the mark, and Elliott Hall looks like he's going to beat it. He's done it. Elliott Hall, for the 3rd year in a row, has punched his ticket to Mount Midoriyama.
This is amazing. The Natural doing things we haven't seen on this course. He swings to the landing platform without even climbing the length of the second ladder. That's a bold move. And then on the rumbling dice, he makes an incredible 14-foot dismount. This guy will be one to watch in Mount Midoriyama.
Elliott Hall, the fastest time of the night thus far in the city finals. Let's go down to Jenn Brown, who's standing by with Elliott.
Getting all the high fives. There you go. There you go. Great job out there. What'd you think of the course? Because you dominated it.
Hey, it was tough. You know, I could climb for hours, but that felt like forever.
You made it look easy. Now, we talked about all you've overcome this summer in Lyme disease. How does it feel knowing that you're moving on after going through so much last year?
Well, it's a great relief. You know, I'm glad I'm strong, and I gave a stronger showing than last year. Beat the salmon ladder, so I'm feeling good.
We'll see you at Mount Midoriyama, my friend.
All right,
great
thank
job,
you.
Matt. Back up to you.
Thanks, Jen. With more than half of our St. Louis City Finals in the books, Elliott Hall jumps to the top of the leaderboard. And Chris Wilczewski holds down the 6th spot. The top 15 athletes at the end of the competition will be advancing to the national finals in Las Vegas. Well, this crowd's excited because they know what's next. It's Michelle Warke. Could she become just the 2nd woman ever to finish a finals course? We'll find out when we watch her run next on American Ninja Warrior.
course, and the first woman ever to punch her ticket to Las Vegas. There is no limit to what this woman can do. What an incredible moment that was. Truly a magical evening last week in Dallas. And tonight in St. Louis, there is a buzz in the air as history could be made again. And while she followed Casey Catanzaro into the record books, Michelle Warnke is a born leader.
I started my own company doing personal training, and I host ninja events. You know, they call me Dem Mother because I have gotten to host events and kind of raise up a little group in Columbus.
I watched American Ninja Warrior. I never imagined that I would ever have the opportunity to do it. But then I met Michelle Warnke and trained with her, and then I realized it was actually possible. And Michelle Warnke is my Ninja Warrior hero.
I don't know if I deserve that title because I've been helped so much by other ninjas, but it's also kind of cool to know that I've also helped ninjas as well. That's definitely exciting.
And here she is again, ready to make another run at history. Her parents and really the entire crowd here on their feet to see this run. Can Michelle become only the second woman ever to finish a finals course? What a feat this would be. Only 5'4", 135 pounds. To finish this course would be monumental.
Come on, girl.
Well, it's just amazing how far women have come. This year on American Ninja Warrior, it's been a season of history-making moments. As Michelle Warnke matched Casey Catanzaro, completing the qualifying course here in St. Louis. Of course, we saw Casey's historic run continue in Dallas as she completed the extended course. Can Warnke do the same?
This is yours. You can do this one.
And now the rope to cargo. You know, Michelle admits that the mini tramp isn't her thing, but not there. A great leap from Michelle and carrying her momentum forward. Wow.
As we mentioned, though, the cargo net is farther away than in qualifying, but she figured it out. Well, Michelle, Casey, and Megan Martin really inspiring so many women, showing that the women can indeed run with the big boys. And Warnke, so strong as a climber. Let's see what she does in the double tilt ladder here.
I'll tell you right now, Matt, Warnke owns the city of St. Louis right now. She is the first lady of St. Louis. She has the key to ignition. She has to move with good tempo to beat fatigue.
Now for the transition, a 6-foot gap.
Got it.
When she trains, Michelle focuses on a lot of rock climbing. That work is paying off here on the double tilt ladder.
But Matt, I think she's fatiguing. She's climbing with straight arms. Oh!
A little missed hand placement there, but Warnke continues to press forward. There is just no quit in this woman. Just the dismount remaining. Warnke, the run of women continues, now staring down the warped wall.
You've been training for this. Come on.
She is not intimidated, and we think all the time, oh, well, the women don't have the upper body strength. Well, Warnke is erasing that narrative.
She's actually ahead of her pace in qualifying. Let's see if she can repeat her performance and get up that warped wall. Yes! Oh, amazing! Michelle Warnke becomes just the second woman ever to scale the warped wall in the city finals course. Before this season, no woman had ever made it up the warped wall, but last week we saw Casey Catanzaro complete a finals course. Well, Casey Catanzaro, at just barely 100 pounds, made short work of the salmon ladder. Warnke, an incredibly strong rock climber, 135 pounds. I think she's tailor-made for this obstacle. Let's see what she can do.
You have got that salmon, just like you said, Michelle. Take your time.
Look at the smile on her face. She knows what she's doing is special.
But Matt, Warnke is confronted with another mini tramp. She knows it's her weakness. She needs to get a good bounce in order to make it to the salmon ladder.
Only the second woman in history tackled the salmon ladder in competition.
Oh!
So disappointing, just misses on the mount, and that's got to be frustrating.
She could have just grabbed it. She can do that thing. She can do it.
At just 5'4", 135 pounds, Michelle's margin for error on the mini tramp is slim. But look how close her hands were. Left hand on the bar, the right hand just inches away.
Well, she's only the second woman ever to attempt the salmon ladder in a competition. Came up just inches short, but she's standing by right now with Jenn Brown.
Thanks, Matt. Michelle, take me through what happened there on the salmon ladder.
Yeah, I was really excited to play on it, and then I just didn't get a good jump on the trampoline. I've done it before, so maybe I was too overconfident. I don't know.
Hopefully we'll see you back next season.
For sure. Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
And now the attention turns to Joe Morawski. The weatherman had the fastest run in qualifying, and he's promising to do something special in the final. His run is now just minutes away on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. Already on the course is Brian Wilczewski. His brother Chris finished the course earlier tonight. If Brian can make it into the Vegas finals, the Wilczewskis will become the first brother duo to make it to Mount Midoriyama.
Matt, both brothers support each other, but don't be fooled. These guys have a little bit of sibling rivalry going on. Brian knows the stakes are high. He's being very efficient with every single swing on the rumbling dice. Alternating hands here, using the high-low approach.
Well, you can see Chris had a little more power than Brian does.
When it comes to the dice, the bottom pushes and the top pulls. The motion of the rolling dice is an energy. Minimize it by building up momentum by swinging your body.
He's going for the dismount. Fair amount of distance here, but he's got it. Boy, he sure is graceful. Now the crazy cliffhanger. See what he's got left in those forearms. Crazy cliffhanger. You can see how little grip room you have. Brian Wilczewski, great progression though.
Yeah. Now that's a 2 1/4 inch ledge right there, so you don't have that much real estate as you're going. And you can see Brian Wilczewski moving with the same tempo as his big brother.
And he's done it. Brian Wilczewski through the crazy cliffhanger.
Right to the top, man.
Let's see what he can do on the spider climb. No hesitation.
Oh boy. It's not a race now. You just want to get to the top.
And he's locking himself in all 5 feet 11 inches.
Oh boy.
He's slowing down, but
he is. You're too close now. You're too close now. Reach for the heavens.
Well, he's no flash in the pan for the second year in a row. Brian Wilczewski's going to be going back to Las Vegas. The Wilczewski brothers have done it. Both of them moving on to Las Vegas.
From that big dismount off the rumbling dice to his mastery of the crazy cliffhanger, Brian Wilczewski crushed this finals course.
I have to say, you had me so nervous on the spider climb. What was happening on that?
My left shoe was wet. I didn't realize it, so when it started going up, I just kept slipping, so.
Well, I am very proud to say that you and your brother will be competing at Mount Midoriyama together. And now he gets to pick him up. Two very happy brothers down here. Matt, back up to you.
Thanks, Jen. Well, up next on the starting block, Timothy Dauenhauer. He works as a natural gas specialist, which is a dangerous enough profession, but nothing compared to his previous job.
I'm no stranger to danger. What I did for the core part of my life was a professional big mountain freerider, snowboarding. I feared for my life a few different occasions. One left turn could take you to a 800-foot cliff, instant death. It's making your mark on this completely wide open canvas, using your own personal style. Couldn't ask for a better profession.
There's two friends who made the trip from Syracuse to watch Timothy run. This guy's traveled the world. You can see the intricate tattoos on him. Says it's from the Maori, an indigenous tribe from New Zealand where he spent time snowboarding.
Bounding through the quintuple steps. You know, we talk a lot about extreme sports athletes. This guy truly embodies it. Once did a double front flip off a 115-foot cliff. And look at that, shaking it off. He knows he just survived there.
Yeah, he did.
Not quite 115 feet, but that rolling log almost claimed him. Light on his feet at 5'8" and 165. Heavily muscled, but proving he's agile.
Wow, you know, he continues to impress. Great use of his body weight, creating momentum from rope to rope and a solid transition to the cargo net. I see you, Big Tim.
This guy's actually stepped up his training in terms of grip strength and rock climbing. Wanted to be prepared for American Ninja Warrior.
Well, in qualifying, he was one of 10 competitors who reached the wall but couldn't get up it. It might not be his conditioning, just his technique that's holding him back.
And this transition is where he had problems in qualifying, difficulty with the momentum. And doing it again.
I'm not a big fan of him keeping his arm straight. See that straight arm there? That's difficult.
And misses yet again. Dauenhauer in a difficult position.
So this third try, just go for the leap. One leap from Mankind there. Oh!
He's got it, but he has expended a lot of upper body energy, and we know what's still in store on this course. Dauenhauer has put himself in a precarious position.
I used to hate when my coach would say, it catches up to you when it catches up to you, but right now the double tilt ladder is gonna catch up to him.
Gets the dismount. 36 years old. Ooh, legs just giving out.
Big step, big step. Matt, his technique is way off. He needs to lean back and let his momentum carry him to the top.
Oh! A lot closer there. Looks like he's really not getting his chest back, not getting his eyes up.
Come on, Tim. Come on, baby.
He's close enough, though. He's certainly within grasp. Has it within his reach, and he's got it. The sixth attempt between qualifying and the finals, and he needed all six of them. Dauenhauer finally gets up the warp wall. Well, I love it. I love when we see improvement from qualifying. We saw just that. Dauenhauer now onto the salmon ladder. And again, keep in mind the double tilt ladder spent a lot of time on that transition. Let's see if he has anything left in that upper body, Akbar. Let's see what he's got. 5'8", 165, that's a decent amount of weight to pull up the salmon ladder, but he's not wasting any time getting up. One more rung. Whoa. And he's onto the rumbling dice. I gotta say, I love the determination out of Dauenhauer. I wasn't sure he was gonna be able to get up.
Now the key here is using that up hand and using your momentum at the same time to create that rotation, Matt.
Look at the resolve out of the 36-year-old. Well, this rumbling dice is difficult to move, but at 5, and just as I say it, his grip gives out. Dauenhauer out on the rumbling dice.
Remember his battle on the double tilt ladder? It took him an exhausting 54 seconds to complete it, roughly twice as long as the average. That fatigue caught up with Timothy on the rumbling dice.
Well, only one runner remains, the weatherman, Joe Borowski. He said he's gonna go for broke. He's forecasting the fastest time of the night. Can he do it? We'll see his run when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. All eyes are on this man, the final runner of the night, Joe the Weatherman Borowski. In qualifying, Joe was cheered on by his fiancée, Stephanie. Well, she's back tonight, but she's no longer his fiancée.
So I had two goals coming into this year. One, marry my best friend. And my second goal is I want to be the first American Ninja Warrior.
You could do it.
I could do it. I met Stephanie in college. We were in calculus class. And so at the end of class, I went up to her and it was just like bread and butter. It was perfect. And we talked for hours. Ever since, it's just been great. Every moment with her has been great. I've been waiting such a long time to be able to walk down the aisle and, you know, say, I do.
This is probably one of the most perfect days of our lives together.
It's just the best feeling in the world. Oh, there's only one thing left to do. Honeymoon at the top of Mount Midoriyama.
There's Joe's new wife, Stephanie. We'd all like to say to them, congratulations. Let's see cousin Rob, the Adonis, who competed earlier tonight, and he is amped up, as always, encouraging his cousin.
Let me tell you, all newlyweds could use $500,000, and this guy has a legitimate shot at winning it all.
In many cities, we'll often have the local news people come out kind of as a novelty act, and quite honestly, when the weatherman came out, we thought that's what he was, nothing more than a novelty act, but quickly we realized this guy was a serious competitor, and last year made it all the way to stage 3 in Las Vegas. Now, the fastest time in qualifying in St. Louis, and we realized Joe Moravsky is among the elite competitors here in American Ninja Warrior. We're hoping to prove it here in the city finals.
Take your time, take your time.
The Adonis imploring his cousin to take it easy. Elliott Hall established the time to beat at 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Moravsky clearly has his eye on that. What a long way to go here in this course.
I hope you enjoy what you're witnessing. This is not a green screen for the weatherman. He is putting on a clinic right now.
Moravsky, a little hung up here on the end of the double tilt ladder. Look at how calm he looks. Look at how relaxed he is. And right up the warp wall. Wow, explosive.
That was easy.
Even faster than the time in qualifying he had, which was the fastest we saw. Now his wife is telling him to take his time, but Joe is not having any of it. Good job calming his body. Ooh. Right up it. Wow.
Oh, that's impressive. Look at him beasting his way through, utilizing big swings of the lower body to power the dice down the track. I like that.
Well, as fast as he got, Moravsky has already punched his ticket back to Las Vegas, but he is not done. The fastest time is on the line, and Moravsky, oh, what? Unbelievable! He broke the rumbling dice, and Moravsky is hung up. Not sure what he's gonna do here.
Oh,
and the dice uneven. He goes for the dismount, and he made it. Incredible! He pulled the dice off the track, but saves it. Point at it. Look at this.
He's going off on the rumbling dice.
I love the emotion out of the weatherman.
Man, he broke the course. What?
Still has 1.5 minutes to match Elliott Hall. Look at this. This kid is phenomenal. There's a storm front, and it's coming at you. It's Joe Moravsky. The weatherman making headlines. Look at Moravsky. He is obliterating this course. Almost 1 minute ahead of Elliott Hall's blazing pace. Moravsky setting the standard again.
Mount Midoriyama better be able to withstand the tornado that is Joe Moravsky, because he is heading straight for it.
Well, he's done it. Joe Moravsky, the weatherman, has the fastest time in the St. Louis City's finals. An unreal performance.
We've never seen someone manhandle the rumbling dice, swinging violently, putting all his energy into it. The weatherman demolishes the rumbling dice.
The headlines tonight, the weatherman, the fastest man in St. Louis. Let's go to Jenn, who's standing by with Joe Moravsky.
Joe, the weatherman Moravsky, you never fail to amaze us here. You not only dominated the course, you destroyed our rumbling dice. What happened?
I have no idea. I was using everything I had to get that thing moving. It was heavy. And after all those obstacles, I used everything I had. I must have thrown it off the track. I don't even know.
Whatever you did, it worked. You told me before you run you wanted to have the fastest time tonight. You crushed it. You beat everybody by 39 seconds. Stephanie's happy. Great job tonight. Congratulations. You are going back to Las Vegas. Mount Midoriyama. Guys, back up to you.
So in the end, 9 elite athletes managed to defeat this formidable finals course led by the weatherman, Joe Moravsky, who smashed the course in taking top honors. The natural Elliott Hall finished second. Captain NBC delivered a heroic performance to land in 6th, while fellow Garden State athlete Chris Wilczewski finished in 9th. The Tennessee trader Travis Rosen didn't complete the course, but his time was good enough to place 11th. These 15 finalists will be heading to the national finals in Las Vegas in just a few short weeks. Our pursuit of the first American able to conquer Mount Midoriyama continues next week when we head to Miami for the 4th of 5 city finals. For Akbar, Gbaja-Biamila, and Jenn, I'm Matt Iseman,
and we'll see you next time on American Ninja Warrior.
I played 14 years of professional baseball. I always loved what I was doing. In 2013, I made a play up against the wall. Broke my foot in 4 places. It was the last time I got to put on a uniform.
So now he's out here on the ultimate athletic challenge.
One run.
Wow.
One chance at a new beginning. NBC's American Ninja Warrior next Monday, 9/8 Central. And watch Encores Tuesdays on Esquire and Sundays on NBC. On an all-new Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Kate Hudson drops by. NBC Tonight.